One of the new features in CS6 is a blur gallery, and we're going to look at iris blur first of all. This is a photograph I took over in Liverpool. The right to bear arms, which meant these sailors could walk through town with their bayonets fixed in a controlled fashion, of course. And I'm going to do a background copy. So just drag it down onto the new layer icon there and make a copy of the background. We're going to go straight to the filter gallery and look at blur. And now there's, if you look at there, field blur, iris blur and tilt shift. We're going to go into iris blur. And this dialog box comes up. And this it shows we're ticked on there. If you mouse down on the pin, you can move it around, and that'll be a central focus point. We've got these markers on the inside, which is the sweet spot, the area in which it'll be sharpest, and the area running up to the edge of the circle, it's going to be a gradation, and outside that, it's going to be totally blurred, and you're going to dial in that amount of blur. Mouse down on these little handles on the outside here, and take it in as much as you want. And you can mouse down on the pin. The pin itself is white in the middle, it shows that you're using that one. We can actually add other pins on. So that looks looking quite good. I can add a pin here. I'll just click on that, and that now, if it's a little white mark in the middle of that pin, shows we're active in that pin. And we can change the areas, the sweet spot, and then change where we want the gradation of blur to occur. And outside, of course, there'll be more blur. And we've not changed the blur yet. So outside there, you watch that, we can change the blur so it's outside the area which is active is being blurred more, although the area here is being masked and saved from the effects of the other pins blurring. Okay, Control H will hide the pins, Control H. If you just hit the H key, it'll toggle on and off. As soon as you take your finger off the H key, it comes back on again. So Control H to hide these pins. We've got the focus area as well, so if that pin is active, we can actually go up to this slider and slide in side and reduce or increase the area of focus. Again on here, it's just a little add-on, just to slide up, slide down. I will really want to keep the center of this pin as sharp as possible, so retain the 100% focus in that one. Yeah, that looks good. We can save, let's just click on Control H and we hide that. We can save the mask as a channel because it's actually just masking on this, so that'll be quite useful to work with later on. So I'm going to click on yes on that. High quality, yeah, high quality mask. See what we've done. You've got your preview button at the top here to toggle on and off, and we can always revert with the revert arrow there, and we can commit the blur. Control H again will show us where our pins are and what we're doing. If we click on the pin, the little white center spot again shows us what we're doing, and we can go back in and we can mess around and play with those sliders and just concentrate on getting how much focus we want in the center of that selected area to be sharp. Okay, looking good, and we're going to save it as masking, high quality. I'm just going to commit to OK. Click OK, and that'll take us across to our CS6 again, and that shows you how much blur we've applied in there, which we can work with. And it's also, if you remember, we saved a mask, and it's saved it as a channel mask. Again, let's just turn that one off. I'm going to copy the background because I'm going to use that channel information. We've created it, we might as well have the information there to use. So we're going to control click, command click. You see the small square hand comes on, that loads that as a selection. Now we can go back in here and just click on the mask icon, and that's going to apply that selection as a mask. So we can do other things with this. Change the blend mode and work in this. So the work in the blur gallery, we've actually saved it to channel mask, and we can use the information. Screen blend mode, not quite as successful. Dear old hard light, which I use quite a lot. Hard light blend mode, before and after. So that's pumping the contrast up, but saving it on the faces. This method, I'm not sure if you just did a blurred layer with a mask on it and a big soft brush, you probably get the same kind of effect. But it's interesting to be able to use the information you've generated in the blur gallery anyway. And of course you can change the blend modes of the blurred if you've done it on a background copy layer, and soft light overlay within the combined two layers. So looking good. You always put a mask on it if you want to, and go in there with a squishy brush in black, take it down to about, I usually work about 30%, and just paint in the face and just again reduce the effect of that overlay lens iris blur layer that we've got at the top there, of course in overlay blur mode at 100%, and yeah, lots of flexibility. Whether it's going to be a very useful tool, I'm not sure. It's alright, it's not great. That's what we've done in the iris blur. We've actually created a masked layer which works in the iris blur layer, and we've used that information to create a mask in Photoshop CS6. Click that one back on again. So it's useful. Whether I'll use it all the time, I doubt it very much. Let's have a look at some blend modes again. That's where we started, that's where we ended up. So that's been a quick introduction to the iris blur in Adobe Photoshop CS6. Until the next time, of course. That's bye for now.